What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Wager Zone podcast. And in this episode, we're going to be getting into a breakdown for our best bets for PFL 7. And yeah, guys, we are having a great MMA run, to be honest, at the moment. Last week, we went 7-2 on our UFC 304 bets. And then we went, I think it was 6-3 on our, what was the event? I can't remember. Was it LFA? I can't exactly remember what the last. Oh, it was Cage Warriors. Sorry, guys. I have so many MMA events in my head. I'm trying to remember, but yeah, we went 6-3 on the Cage Warriors event last week. So yeah, guys, we're actually doing really great on our MMA reads. We've been making a lot of money recently on MMA. So yeah, come back every single week. We're gonna be posting a lot of MMA. This week we're gonna have 3 videos. I'm posting PFL 7 today. Tomorrow you're gonna get an LFA video, and then the next day on Friday I'm gonna be posting a UFC Fight Night video for the Umar Nurmagomedov versus Corey Sandhagen. And yeah, alright, guys, let's get into this PFL 7. This first card, the first fight of the night is going to be Kevin Pease taking on Mech. And the first fight of the night, we're going to be adding to the first parlay of the day. It's going to be a 3-leg parlay. This is going to be the first leg of it. We're going to be taking Kevin Pease. This fight's going to be coming down to, it's going to be competitive in the first round most likely, but it's a real low-level fight. Both guys are actually not really that good, but Mech is actually like I would say 2.5 minutes of a gas tank. He really will gas out, and Kevin Pease will last the whole entire round. Kevin Pease is not going to sit there and throw a lot of high-level strikes, and he's going to get some takedowns, but he's not going to show you a whole bunch of high-level stuff, but he is going to be in front of you the whole time. And with someone like Mech, he's going to gas out after like 3 minutes or 2.5 minutes of a round. He's going to be done for. And I've seen him literally just fold over and give up against lesser competition, and that was his last loss, where he just decided to give up, and the guy was just... all it was is a guy that just stayed in front of him for the first time. And this guy, where Kevin Pease, I think, is just a lot better fighter than him. And also, he is just more of a dog than he is. And he's fighting in his hometown. He's going to be fighting in, he's not actually from Nashville, but he's from Memphis. And this card is going to be in Tennessee. So he's going to be fighting in his home state. And he's going to have a lot of family there. And I think he's just not going to let someone that gasses out and someone that just gives up and out-dog him. So for this is going to be the first leg of the parlay. It says a -190 favorite on Tapology, but that has been bet all the way up at the moment from when I got it. I didn't get it at the -190. I saw that line for a second. I didn't take it. I waited too damn long. Now the line is actually juiced all the way up to a -390. So we're going to take him as the first leg of a parlay, and that's going to be the first bet. Guys, in this next fight, we're not going to be having too much investment in it. It's probably going to be a small wager, so check out the description. It's going to be labeled a small wager, so it's not going to be too much of an investment on it. But in this fight, Jalil Willis versus Anthony Ivy, we're going to be taking a dog shot on Anthony Ivy. He is the underdog in this fight, where Jalil Willis is going to be coming in here trying to just land some hard shots and just go for takedowns. I don't think he's going to be able to take down Anthony Ivy. I think Anthony Ivy is going to be the better grappler, and every single time Jalil Willis probably tries to take him down, I think he's going to get reversed, and Anthony Ivy is probably going to end up on top. Anthony Ivy hits really hard. They both hit really hard, so I think this is going to end up being a banger standing up, and then when someone shoots a takedown, and eventually I do think Jalil Willis is going to shoot a takedown, because he's going to getting hit with some shots, and he's just going to go back to what he's used to. And then I just don't think he's going to be the better grappler here. I think Anthony Ivy is actually a lot better grappler than he is. He's a veteran in this game. He hasn't fought actually in like the UFC for a while, but he has had a couple fights in the UFC. He's had a lot of fights in LFA, Bellator. So yeah, this guy's actually a veteran. He's an underdog in this. I'm going to be taking a little slight wager on it. I'm going to be taking Anthony Ivy in this next bet, guys. In this next fight, it's going to be Sergio Casio taking Didnt Sanders, and we're going to be taking Sergio Casio in this one. We're going to be putting probably a decent amount of wager on Sergio Casio on the money line. I'm actually pretty confident in him. He actually earned my respect a lot in his last fight. He fought actually a really tough guy in Anthony Romero, and he went out there and just dog-walked Romero, where he just made Romero look like Romero shouldn't have even been a high-level prospect, as everybody was talking about. Sergio Casio went in there and showed him he was a better striker. Or actually, he wasn't even probably the better striker. He was just more of a dog. He just kept walking forward, throwing strikes at him, and when he did get the takedowns, he just was relentless with it. He has really good jiu-jitsu. He's always going for submission. He's always working, so I like putting my money on a guy like that, where a guy named Didnt Sanders is not really a guy that actually puts a lot of output out there. He is not really going to be fighting the whole time. When he doesn't have the fight going his way, he tends to just fold over, and I don't like putting my money on guys like that. I do think Sergio Casio is going to end up getting a takedown and just dominate him on the floor, and probably end up getting a submission victory in the first or second round. I'm pretty confident in Sergio Casio. I like his grappling skills. I liked how good he showed he was in his last fight. I actually had a bet on Anthony Romero last fight, and Sergio Casio lost me money, so now I'm actually hopping jumping on the bandwagon. I'm actually pretty confident in him in this fight. So yeah, guys, give me Sergio Casio. This is gonna be the second leg of the parlay, and we're gonna be adding to Kevin Pease, and we're gonna be adding Cody Law. This fight's gonna be Cody Law taking on Zachary Hicks. This fight's going to come down to actually who's a better grappler. Zachary Hicks is going to be shooting takedowns. He's going to actually want the fight to the floor. He's fighting in his hometown. He's coming in here against Cody Law in his hometown, Nashville, Tennessee. And I just think they're just signing a hometown guy to get the fans and sell some tickets in the area. I don't think he has a chance against Cody Law. If he wants to take this fight to the floor, that's not a place you want to be with Cody Law. I think Cody Law's going to end up dominating this fight. I think Cody Law can outstrike him. I think he can outgrapple him. I think Cody Law's going to end up finishing him in the first round. I'm actually really confident in Cody Law, so that's why I'm adding him as a second leg of the parlay. He's a really high favorite, as you see. He's a minus 650 favorite. I saw on some lines he's actually a minus 700 favorite. But yeah, I'm actually really confident in Cody Law. He's going to be the second leg of the parlay. I'm going to be putting with Kevin Pease. And it's going to be a 3-leg parlay, guys. So I'm going to let you guys know next who I'm going to be putting in for the third leg parlay. But yeah, I'm really confident in Cody Law. Alright, guys, and this is going to be the third leg of the parlay. I'm not have too much of a breakdown in this fight because he's such a high favorite. He's a minus 1200 favorite. He's a really high level striker. He's from Tennessee. He's in his hometown. He's going to come out here, and I think they're just throwing him somebody and Daniel Buell. Like, I just think he doesn't have a chin at all. He's a takedown or a bust, and he doesn't actually have really good takedowns, and he's not as strong. He's not going to be able to take Alexei down. Alexei Pergondo is actually a great all-around fighter. If you guys haven't seen him fight, you're gonna actually see it for the first time. He's actually a really great fighter. Great striking. He has decent grappling. He has some good takedowns. He fights at a really good gym in Killcliff FC. And where this guy and Daniel, I think it's Bali or something. I can't actually pronounce his last name, but where Daniel is actually. You see his fights, he's not really good at all. He comes out with a wide stance. He shoots a takedown from way out, and I think he's just going to get knocked out in the first round. I could just see him getting an uppercut coming in or a straight right hand just putting him to sleep, probably in like the first minute of the fight. So I'm actually really confident in this one and Alexei to win this fight. So I think it's Alexei. So I'm going to be adding him to the third leg of the parlay. That if you add all three of them together, the parlay comes out to a minus 160. No, actually minus 168 to be exact. So it's actually a pretty good line if you add all three of them together. I'm actually really confident in it. The only person that I can say that breaks the parlay is Kevin Pease, because like I said, it's a low level fight for the first fight, but he's fighting a guy that actually gasses out, like I said, in the first 2 minutes of the fight. If you wanted to hedge out on this 3-leg parlay, it'll probably be a little small wager on Mech just to break even or actually make a little bit of money if you want to hedge out on the bet. But I'm actually really confident in this 3-leg parlay, guys. So that's gonna be the third leg of the parlay. Alexei Pergondo, Kevin Pease, and Cody Law. So guys, in this one, I'm not gonna have too much of a wager in this one. This will be another one I put a small wager on. I just want this to low-level heavyweights. I'm not a really fan of Tyrell Fortune. I see a lot of people that are actually really confident in him this week, but I'm actually not really confident in him. I'm not a fan of him. I think he's just going to go out there and try to get a takedown. I don't think he's going to be able to get a takedown on this fight. I think he's going to end up getting knocked out. We see where if he ends up getting caught with the clean flush strike, he ends up folding over, and he doesn't have a really great chin. And he's actually on the an older side for a guy that's barely going into the PFL, and he's not really gone anywhere with his career. Tyrell Fortune has been in the Bellator, and he's won a lot of fights, but he's won a lot of fights against nobodies. And a guy like Sergey, where this last time when they fought, Sergey hurt him, and then he starts dropping elbows when Tyrell's just spamming takedowns, and he ends up hitting him in the back. He ends up hitting them in the back of the head. Oh, that's a goal for Chelsea, guys. Oh, you guys see that? If you guys follow my soccer bets, go follow my soccer bets. But yeah, I just think it's just Tyrell Fortune is going to be spamming takedowns. I don't think he's going to be able to get the takedowns. I think Sergey's going to end up knocking him out in the first or second round. So it's going to be a small wager. Like I said, 2 low-level heavyweights. I'm not going to be too confident in this play, but I'm going to be taking Sergey to end up winning this fight via knockout. But the play, I'm going to be taking the money line on him. It's going to be a small 3-leg parlay. It's going to be Taylor Santos taking on Liz Carmouche. I'm not going to take too much into this breakdown, but I'm going to be taking the over 2.5 in this one because I don't think anyone's getting finished. This fight is going to be going back and forth. It's probably gonna be a very close fight. Could end in a split decision. Either one of these girls could win the fight, but I'm really confident it's gonna go to decision. So it's gonna be the first leg of a parlay. I'll let you guys know who's gonna be going with it, but yeah, I'm really confident in this fight going to decision. So we're gonna be taking the over 2.5. All right, guys, in this one, it's gonna be another fight where both these guys are actually decent, good grapplers. It's going to be probably a boring fight. Oleg Popov's going to be trying to take him down and probably hold him ground control. Linton is going to be probably just trying to reverse him and get on top and do his own thing. I'm not really confident in either one of these people, so I want to go out here and give you guys a bet. I'm going to say I'm going to take Alec Popov to win this fight, but I'm not going to be betting it. It's going to be one of those fights I'm just going to be watching. I could see where Linton Vassell could just reverse him and reverse his takedowns and get on top position, and we never seen Popov on the bottom, so I'm not actually sure what he does on the bottom. I'm not sure what's going to actually happen in this fight. If Popov does win this fight, he's going to win a boring decision where he just lays on you and just holds top control the whole time, but I'm not going to be betting this fight, guys. So yeah, I'm going to be picking Alec Popov, but it's not going to be a real confident bet for me. This is going to be the second leg of the parlay. It's going to be Dakota Ditcheva versus Jenna Bishop. We're going to be taking Dakota Ditcheva in second leg for the second leg of the parlay with the over 2.5 in the other female fight. I don't think Jenna Bishop's going to be able to get this fight to the floor, and I think she's going to end up getting hurt with the stand-up. We see where Dakota actually has some great hands, and she has some really good, great takedown defense. So I don't think this fight's going to actually be getting to the floor. It says she's a minus 1,000 favorite, but that line has actually been bet all the way down to a minus 600. And yeah, good for me because I do think she's a minus 1,000 favorite. It's good for me. It gives me a better line on it, so I'm going to be adding it to a parlay. I think Dakota's going to end up winning this fight via knockout, probably in the first or second round, where Jenna's going to end up coming in, going to be trying to force the takedowns and ends up getting caught. So yeah, guys, that's going to be the second leg of the parlay. We're going to be taking Dakota Ditcheva. Into this main event, we're going to be taking Dennis Gotsov to actually be beat Tim Johnson. He's going to be the third leg of our parlay. He's going to be our last leg of the parlay. You know how those last legs of the parlay is scary. But honestly, not this one for me. I'm actually really confident in Dennis Gotsov. I think he's a better all-around fighter than Tim Johnson. I think he's a better striker. I think he's a better grappler. Tim Johnson's going to be coming in, throwing slow, looping strikes. He's going to be shooting takedowns. That's going to be a telegraph from a mile away. And I think Dennis Gotsov's going to end up winning this fight via knockout, where he's going to be catching it with probably a straight right hand down the middle when he's coming in, going for a takedown, or even a flying knee when he's coming in. I'm just going to see Tim Johnson probably going to sleep in this one. I'm really confident in Dennis Gotsov to go out there and cash us this bet. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be the third leg and the final bet of the day. And yeah, guys, we had a really great week last week. Just like I said, we went 6-3 on Cage Warriors, 7-2 in UFC. So let's roll that over to this weekend. I think we have about 4 or 5 bets for this weekend. I'm gonna be adding them to the description. Check out the description. They're gonna be added all in our description, every single bet we make, and I'm gonna be updating them as we go. So yeah, guys, come back tomorrow. I'm gonna be having an LFA video out tomorrow. Friday, I'm gonna be having a UFC video out. And yeah, let's keep this momentum going. Guys. Let's keep cashing these bets. I'm just excited to get this money for you guys. Excited for you guys to keep coming back. Like the video, subscribe, comment. Let me know if you guys have any bets for the weekend, if you guys agree or disagree with anything. And all right, guys, I'm out of here.